Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. I'm coming to you with a real simple message here on a victory Sunday for my Chicago Bears, sending those New Orleans Saints back to Louisiana with their tails between their legs. Look, y'all, the banks are not as racist as you all have been led to believe that they are. And I'm going to go a little bit further and say, in many ways, they're not racist at all. Do they have maybe racist people in executive positions? Yes, they probably do. But now I'm talking to black people because I only hear this from black people complaining about not being able to get loans. You're not getting loans because you're not qualified. You are not. You won't lend your little bum cousin $100 because you know that he probably isn't going to pay you back. But you want the bank to give you thousands and thousands of dollars just on your signature, although your credit history states that you are not likely to repay. So instead of saying that they're racist, you actually are discriminating against yourself. You're discriminating against the person in the mirror. I've made many videos on this channel over the years that have talked about ways to increase your likelihood of getting access to capital, to improve your credit, to improve your credit worthiness. Because the banks are in the same business they've always been in. They're in the business of lending money for profit. They want to lend money and get it returned with them with interest. That's called the profit. But if you don't repay, well, then their business model is failing. So since they don't want their business model to fail, they don't want to lend to people that don't have a high likelihood of being able to repay. There's 5 pieces to your credit pie. I've talked about this too in previous videos. 35% of your score is your payment history. 30% is your credit utilization. 15% is your length of credit history. 10% is your pursuit of new credit or inquiries. And 10% is your credit mix. Do you have installment and revolving credit? Okay? There's many things that you can do to improve your credit, but credit's a long game. Once you get your credit to the point where the first number at least starts with a 7 and the second number starts at least with a 5. People be fixated. They come to me all the time. I almost had a 700 credit score. 700 credit score is just like a solid B+. The 700 credit score ain't all that. I'm telling you all that as a person that then left 700 in the dust many moons ago. When you get it to 750, again, where the first number starts with a 7, the second number starts with a 5, you got a chance of getting a yes better than 90% of the time, especially if it's a real 750 credit score or better. Don't even say once you get to 800, because once you get to 800, you're golden, especially if it's a real credit score. In other words, you got several trade lines with history, not a bunch of authorized user accounts from your spouse that got good credit and yours is busted. So all you got is you just an authorized user on several of their accounts, and maybe you got one $500 trade line that you can have for 10 months. That's not a real credit score. That's a fake credit score. So let's just quit throwing this around. And I mostly hear this from my people. I hear this from black folks. They tell me this all the time about how racist the banks are. Well, I can't tell that y'all feel that way because I've only been talked about by black people for not banking with Chase. It seems like my people are addicted to 2 things in the financial world, and they're both really bad. Bad auto loans with horrible terms. I'm seeing people out here with auto loans as much as 9 and 10 years. Pure insanity. 10 years, y'all. That's 120 months for an auto loan. And then rates above 20% on an auto loan. Pure insanity. That's diabolical. And the other thing, in addition to the bad auto loans, is Chase Bank. All these black people banking with Chase, but you're not even a preferred customer. I've made videos in the past talking about how to get business credit through Chase. If you're a preferred customer, Chase and any other bank will give you the high limit credit card, the personal loan, the personal line of credit, the business line of credit. But you got to get your act in order. There's ways you can do it, many ways you can do it. It's going to start with be responsible with credit. Buy things that you can afford to repay on time, keep your utilization in check, don't ever be late. Keep that length of credit history growing, okay? If you got questions about this subject, feel free, throw it in the comments. I would like to answer them. I want to be a resource for you. So, until next time, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video, and let me know if you need more videos like this. Or I'm just going to come with what I feel I should come with, because I've been hearing this thing about banks being racist, but again, your little broke down bum cousin, you wouldn't give them $100, and you know that they're not going to likely repay you. Why would you expect the bank to be a fool with your no paying behind? Okay? Until next time, guys. Peace.